Welcome to the show. Zero, Bobby, Leo. This is Uncut. Feel the spotlight glow. Three voices strong and the stories flow. Legends rise and the rivalries grow. Zero, Bobby, Leo, steal the show. Uncut in the fight, every tale come alive. From the past to the now, wrestling will survive. Turn it up, hear the crowd, let the energy grow. With Zero, Bobby, and Leo. From the mat to the mic, passion never ends. Breaking down the battles, heroes and friends. Every slam, every cheer, every feud, we know. Zero, Bobby, Leo, run the show. Uncut in the fight, every tale comes alive. From the past to the now, wrestling will survive. Turn it up, hear the crowd, let the energy grow. With Zero, Bobby, and Leo. Uncut in the fight, every tale comes alive. From the past to the now, wrestling will survive. Turn it up, hear the crowd, let the energy grow. With Zero, Bobby, and Leo.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Uncut. I'm Zero as normal, and we'll go along the line.
And I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. What is up? I'm not letting Leo go first.
Fair enough, yeah. And over to Leo then as well. Then, do you want to do your little intro?
Yeah, I'm Leo from the Wrestling Retrospective. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than that.
That works. Okay, that's cool. So, well, it's been a quiet week. It's been a really quiet week with news this week. So, just a few things have come down. It's mainly on we were talking about this actually. So just before we came on air, so obviously this TNA Invasion thing, it's now been changed from Invasion to Showdown, and the main reason behind it is.
Can I rant later or no?
You can rant in a minute if you want.
Okay,
is it about this?
Yeah.
It's Well,
no, you want
it's
to rant in general about life. Just doing it now.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time for that. We have an hour window, and
It's to do with basically the reason why it changed is because of the Israelis, and one of the main reasons behind it is the date of the date when the Israel and Palestine war kicked off was basically October 7th, which is obviously next week. So and that's why they took offense to the Invasion name and kicked off. So WWE had basically been forced into a corner, and that's now why they changed it to Showdown. That's the main reason behind it. Basically, is because that's the date. That's the date that the Israeli-Palestinian war kicked off. So they so WWE basically had to back down from it. So
it's utter woke nonsense, is what we're saying.
Basically, that's the reason behind it. Yeah,
the same company that sent their guys into Saudi Arabia a month after a United States journalist was killed over there is backing down because people were upset over a name. Now, the funniest part to me, the show's October 7th.
Yeah.
If the show was October 8th,
no one
would care.
Yeah.
Like, what's this? What?
Yeah.
How stupid. I'm shocked WWE even went through with changing it, considering all they've done and all they're doing with Saudi Arabia. I know it's a completely different country, completely different ballgame, but still. It's just so stupid. And you could ask these two, I've been so over this invasion. It's the friendliest. It was the friendliest invasion I've ever seen. You're not invading if you're just showing up to work.
No.
Zero hacking my StreamYard was more of an invasion.
I didn't hack your StreamYards.
Well, yeah, you kind of.
I broke your StreamYards. I broke your StreamYards.
You broke my stream. That was more of an invasion.
Yeah, okay, I broke it.
TNA stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And
fair enough.
To piggyback off of what Leo said in our chat, this should be a pay-per-view, but well,
I said for ages.
It should and it shouldn't.
This is the thing. NXT and TNA don't have any pay-per-views announced for November, and they're doing Survivor Series style matches. This has November written all over it. Plus, with the fact that it being a pay-per-view or PLE, whatever, they can have a longer show, which means they can have 5-person teams instead of 4, which they've had to lower because of the time restraints and the other matches.
Yeah.
And Boreal mentioned the fact that the women's TNA team is just former NXT people.
Well, no, not even that. What is going on in November, the week before Survivor Series?
Full Gear. No, I mentioned that as well. Yeah, they could have easily counted Full Gear.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I'm shocked they didn't.
To be fair, if the thing is, I know it's like it's not the best thing to compare it to the first Invasion, but they had the Invasion pay-per-view, and it didn't finish there. The Invasion angle finished at Survivor Series, so it wouldn't shock me if this actually carried on until a PLE in November.
I mean, yeah, I potentially could see that, that they do continue it on and stuff, and they do like they could potentially insert themselves into War Games somehow, like into Survivor Series somehow, like say
TNA.
No, they won't. They won't go in. They won't go into the main roster stuff.
But what I mean is like say they include NXT into Survivor Series this year, they could potentially like invade that.
But they won't.
They really. And stuff. You never know. They could do.
No,
they might
they
not. But
they
Because of everyone got stuck in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, actually,
and technically AEW is moving days to NXT, but NXT did this to try and get a bigger rating than AEW. Israel said no.
Do you know what would have been funny if they had moved this event to Wednesday? They just swapped days for the week.
I thought they were just going to be like, all right, we're moving it 1 week because again, nobody else.
Well, they could have done. We could have done NXT on Wednesday and done AEW on Tuesday for 1 week, and I feel like it wouldn't have been a massive issue.
Well, apparently, as long as you don't do it on said date, it doesn't matter.
That's the thing. So so they could have kept it as the Invasion name. They could have kept it as the Invasion name if they had obviously done that. So
you just had to move it 1 day in any direction.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't do it on Monday.
No.
Well, that's a real invasion.
Yeah.
That's like self-implosion type stuff. What Zero tried to do to my StreamYard.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, but I fixed it at the end. I fixed it, and it's working fine now.
After
we've got it resolved.
It's fine.
Yeah, well, it's been a little while now, so it seems to be working fine. But well, whilst we're then on the subject of NXT, then. So this has come down from Fightful. It says that NXT call-ups are being held close to the vest this year and are less strict as a talent getting off of NXT TV to go to the main roster. So there is going to be call-ups, but they're basically
they're so close to the vest that they're still in NXT.
Yeah, that's it. So
I mean, close to the vest, they don't even know.
Yeah, what it seems like is then where that obviously says then it doesn't seem as strict. Obviously, then they're sort of like they're not giving them sort of like, well, they've got to be up within like a week or something like that for it. They're probably saying to like Sean, like, well, this is the person we want and stuff. You've got like, we'll give you a couple of weeks or whatever to get them off TV and finish storylines and stuff like that, really. So, rather than sort of bringing them up, say, as a champion, and then they then have a week to basically drop that title because it makes it more predictable, doesn't it? Really, if they do it that way. So. That's what it seems like it is. Who do we think from the current roster could be coming up? I know we obviously sort of discussed this a little bit on there. Oba definitely, I think.
I think there's a reason why Oba isn't involved in Showdown.
Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, but I mean, he could come up as North American champion. Dom was North American champion on the main roster.
Yeah.
He could easily do both.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but the only thing with Ethan Page is he's not exactly on the younger side, so it's like
true.
I think he's pushing 40 if memory serves.
He could do something with Cody because I mean they have teased that before, aren't they? Really?
Oh, great! And just like in AEW, Cody wins the feud.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't put him against Cody. You just put him with Chelsea.
Yeah,
they were really good. Yeah. I couldn't have predicted that. I mean, they're both Canadian, but like they both had that like natural chemistry to just bounce off each other, and you can't how do I put this? You can't predict that. You can't force that. It's just it either happens or it doesn't, and it happened with them, so that's good.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's that. I mean, I don't think there's much else for this week. Let me just have a quick look. Here we go. Yeah, so Idris Enofe. I don't know whether you remember him. He was part of that.
What was their tag team name, or was it just Malik and Blade?
It's just Malik and Blade.
Malik and Blade, yeah.
Malik Blade and yeah, it was just their two names.
Okay, so
yeah,
they didn't.
Yeah.
My buddy was asking me, and I'm like, I don't think they had a tag team name. Ever.
No, they never.
No, it's just a name. But
they were very early on NXT.
Yeah, well, he's announced he's leaving WWE after basically following in the footsteps of Jasmine Nix, something to do with like contracts.
I would love to follow in her footsteps.
So and that. But yeah, well, we know that one. But yeah, and one other last thing then. So this has come down from Slice Wrestling. This has it's a little bit of information on Stephanie Vacour. Apparently she is going to be WWE basically wants to promote Stephanie as an international superstar. She's going to be used very strongly soon on the Latin American tours. We're also going to be seeing her a lot on the AAA shows and also a lot of these sort of international shows that they're doing as well for that one. They are planning on so it says WWE will continue to push Stephanie as Women's World Heavyweight Champion, starting with the match at the upcoming Crown Jewel pay-per-view taking place in Perth against Tiffany Stratton. They are then also planning multiple matches throughout her reign with names such as Rhea Ripley, Oscar, Io Sky, and Liv Morgan. As that's the current plans for who she'll be feuding with throughout her title reign that she's got on at the moment for that one. Well, so
it was kind of funny. It was pointed out to me by my brother that they've timed this Stephanie Vacour title win very correctly, as she's feuding with Tiffany for the Crown Jewel title. She can then go into the Survivor Series feud, so she doesn't have to defend a title again.
Yeah.
So it could be a couple months until she even defends a title on a PLE.
Yeah.
And
they can kind of get away with doing it.
There's only Saturday night.
So they've kind of fallen quite well where she won't have to wrestle as often as champion because there's nothing on.
Yeah. But what they're also doing as well is apparently they're giving her a English teacher as well because they want her to basically learn English a lot better. So they're basically in the meantime while she's also wrestling, the company have paid for English tuition for her basically, so she can basically do that and then able to cut proper promos and stuff for it.
That English teacher in question, Andrade. So
well, she did say on Chris Van Vliet that she was like learning English anyway.
Yeah.
So like she's doing that.
There's learning. Like I said, Andrade was learning English.
Or no, it's going to be Miles Bourne, isn't it? She'll be learning English from Miles Bourne. Yeah, she'll be doing that one. Yeah, that's where she's going to be learning it from. So
I was going to make a joke. I was going to make a joke, but never mind.
Did you guys know that he's deaf? I don't know if that's been mentioned a few times, but he's or whatever. Or if that was like
what.
Know about it,
No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to
say it. No, I that's a bit of breaking news there for anyone who does not know, but he is deaf, so But yeah, so before we move on, then let's get through to some of the comments. So, Wrestle Faith, hello, Wrestle Faith. She said we've got the normal good morning, gents and Bobby. Morning, yep.
Good morning.
And then followed up by this is talking about Stephanie Vacour, which is interesting. I thought for sure she was going to drop the title to Rhea the first chance WWE gets. No, it seems like she's that they want to really like promote her and push her through to this. What I could potentially see though is obviously if they do want to get a title on Rhea, they could potentially move Rhea to SmackDown and stuff. Really, that's the only way which I can do it. Really.
Zero, check the chat. I put the joke in there.
Yeah, I will do. And then we've then got we've got somebody from Twitter on here called Dr. Chris Featherbum. Hello, Dr. Chris Featherbum. Yeah, it's it's I think it's a play on words. They have said I do believe there's going to be some signings, more than likely. Yeah, there's probably going to be some more signings going on in and stuff. Looking at it into NXT.
I don't even know who's set to leave AEW at this point. Andrade, you know.
Again, it was sign for a month and then like get into like
third time's the charm. What's the worst that can happen?
So
Andrade's gonna come back in fluent English. It's gonna be like, wait a minute, you were only gone a month. What happened?
So so there's a couple of questions which I'll get to at the end. Russ Faith, I have seen them. I'm not ignoring them, but I will get to them at the end. But yeah, so we have just come off. We're going to do something unique this week. We are going to quickly go through No Mercy for last week. And then whilst we're on the subject of NXT, we are going to do predictions for next week's showdown, NXT Showdown show next week instead for it after that. So, okay, yeah. So let's quickly go through No Mercy then. So Javon Evans defeated Josh Briggs in a singles match. I think, did we all have Javon or?
I put Leo's house on Briggs.
Who we had, basically.
Unfortunately, Leo had to move.
So
no, we all had Javon.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't see anyone picking Josh Briggs. Not even zero.
No, I know, yeah, and I do pick some random ones, don't I? So, anything on that match, really?
That boy is bouncy.
He is bouncy, isn't he? Yeah, he's very bouncy. And then, of course, now he's and the weird thing is, though, it's the same day the same day that he was on SmackDown as well. He also showed up at TNA via video package to challenge for Bound for Glory as well. Javon did, so he's got a
busy man.
Yes. So
wait, where was SmackDown on Friday? I feel like I should remember.
I can't remember, but it was via video package anyway that Javon showed up on. So
and by the time that happened on TNA, SmackDown had finished. So
did it? So yeah. Right, so then we had Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka in a open challenge for the Women's Speed Championship after Lainey Reed was injured. She defeated Jada Parker. It surprised me it was Jada. I didn't expect it to be Jada because obviously if she's going for the championship, that's sort of like a downgrade a little bit. But Jada Parker was
the title's a downgrade for Sol Ruka, and she's got it.
No. Going for the NXT North American Championship would have been a downgrade for Jada Parker. Going for the Speed Championship.
I was just a case of looking in the back and seeing who was about and see who fancied it.
Yeah, they're like they threw darts at a dartboard. They had all the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Jada was the last one that I thought would be answering that challenge basically for that one. It's obviously it makes sense now because they can do feuds and stuff, and obviously they brought Last Legend into it and sort of started something up from there again, didn't they? So, that obviously added that one, but no. Anything on that one that we want to say? It was literally, I know it was close to the bell. It was like 4 minutes 48, so they literally had like 12 seconds left before the 5 minutes.
It's almost like they scripted it that way.
Yeah, no, yeah. So
it was fine for 5 minutes. I'd like to see Sol Ruka versus Jada Parker have a full match.
Yeah,
I feel like it'll be a really good one.
Yeah. True. Jada Parker deserves better.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And then we moved on to the weaponized steel cage match between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, in which Jordan Grace walked out victorious. I don't think any of us suspected that, did we?
And
that,
was it?
Did any of us suspect that Jordan Grace won in? I can't remember who we had.
I thought that was kind of brutal. I don't know.
Really?
Anytime. Listen. Anytime.
What were you very offended by the fact that Jordan got a haircut?
No, I didn't.
That was a wig. That was the most brutal thing that happened. Yeah, that was a wig.
It was a safe table spot.
Listen, anytime they're putting their bodies through it, and I hurt just watching it. I'm also old now, so there is that. I will be 30 next year. So in Zero will be 45 next year. So anytime I'm just like, ooh, that hurts. Like I don't know.
No, yeah. Yeah,
maybe AEW has made me more immune, and I'm like more into
maybe. But you also have no soul.
Way worse stuff. That's true.
Yeah. That's the major part here.
This was very safe in my opinion.
Yeah, but still, the table spot was cool. The winner shocked me. I will say that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah.
Did any of us have Jordan? I don't think any of us had Jordan.
I think we all picked Blake. I'm pretty sure we all picked Blake.
Yeah. So let's have a look in. And so we've got a couple of comments back. So we've got Javon is doing amazing. I cannot wait to see what his journey will be going forward. And then SmackDown was in Orlando last week. That's where SmackDown was. It was there. And then
Picture Road was
no Mercy. I mean,
No Mercy was in Fort Lauderdale, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, so not far.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
I mean,
and then Russ Faith and Savannah said then. So in relation to the Jordan Grace Blake Monroe match, it was this was a good match. I expected Jordan to get her hair cut because of Blake's character. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, it seems to be that one. And
she didn't have to pay for it, so I mean,
no, yeah. And Ryan's in the chat, and he's said, Ryan has said, "Where's the WWE content?" So there we go. So that's the thing for you, Bobby. There, where's the WWE content?
Everything we're talking about is about WWE.
That's what I was like. Is this a WWE show right now?
Yeah, you know. Yes, that's that. Next one then. So we then had a match for the North American Championship, which was Ethan Page defeating Tavion Heights. I don't know. Did we have that? Did we have Tavion? Did we have Ethan? I think did we all have Ethan?
Bobby had Tavion.
Yeah, I remember I had Tavion, but it was like a 50-50. I was like, I could see it going either way.
Well, yeah, there was two people in the match, so it made sense. It was a 50-50.
Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. But yeah, I mean, anything on that match? I mean, it seemed to be all right. Obviously, we had the Dr. Wagner Jr. thing at the end of it, didn't we? So, you know, that sort of helped.
Ethan Page will become a double champion. He will be the North American and Latin American champion.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be soon, won't it, for that one? Yeah. Anything on that one, Bobby? Do you want to say?
No, nothing to really add.
No. And then so then the co-main event then we then had for the NXT Women's Championship, we had JC Jane defeating Lola Vice with some help from a masked attacker, which WWE kind of spoiled then when they done their review on it by turning around and saying it was Lainey Reed. So
they confirmed that on NXT last night anyway. So
they had to, yeah, but they apparently they had to push that up because they were going to be doing it for a couple of weeks of like who's this masked attacker and stuff, and she was going to like keep helping JC and stuff over the next coming weeks, but because WWE basically spoiled it, they didn't know it. Yeah, no, it was actually WWE, wasn't it? I think it was actually WWE.
ESPN, but they caused all the controversy giving the low score to WrestlePalooza.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. ESPN. Fair enough, yeah. So, but yeah, so they apparently had to push that up because it was done that way. But yeah, but they had like a couple of weeks worth of storylines there where Lainey was going to keep like helping and stuff underneath the mask, and then finally.
Yeah, I mean they can do that anyway, just not under the mask, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that works. Anything on that one, Bobby or Leo? We want to bring up?
No, not really. I'm putting something in the chat.
I thought this was the best match on the show.
I
thought this worked really, really well. I definitely preferred it to Saint Sonoba, but I just thought it was a really good match.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, and then I've just seen the message, by the way, Bobby. And then for the NXT Championship, we then had Ricky Saints become the new NXT champion after defeating Oba Femi. What was it? Was it about 200 days or something Oba had it for? I can't remember what it was.
He had it from New Year's Eve.
January. Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so he's had quite a long reign for that one. So
early January to pretty much end of September.
Yeah. So I mean, it's sort of them. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a long run, hasn't it? Really. So yeah, I mean that's that was just be that. So yeah, how so anything roughly on that one that we want to sort of bring up, like on that match, like deserving winner?
As far as
Ricky,
no, Ricky didn't. I mean, as far as the match goes, Oba dominated for the majority, and then Ricky kind of just stole a win.
It was one of those things. If Ricky wasn't going to be the one to beat Oba, who was? You know,
Siobhan Evans. Could have been Siobhan.
I went through this. Yeah. John Evans can't catch a win against Derby. They could have built it as like the David and Goliath. And have it be the ultra babyface beating. Bobby, you don't even like wrestling. I don't know why you're here.
Have you seen Gladiator, Leo?
I don't know why you're here. I don't know.
No,
what
I haven't.
Zero, I know you've seen Gladiator because you have somewhat good taste.
Yeah.
Leo, just.
Okay, right. So actually, we've got some comments down in here. Then so that match pissed me off. Lola deserved to get that. JC is so bland now. I have no clue who is going to end this June title reign. I think it's going to be Blake. I think Blake's going to take it off her, personally. Then we're going to have a Blake Monroe Hill run with the title there. And then Russ Faith also turned around and said, I agree with Leo. It should have been Javon. So there we go. So
Russell Faith, have you ever seen Gladiator?
I mean, Javon is guaranteed to be an NXT champion.
Yeah, at some point, yeah. Oh, here we go again. Here's the fun again. Here it is again.
North America? Speed.
I mean, he's
bouncy and he's quite fast. You know? He's quite bouncy and quite fast.
Happy right now.
Well, I don't get why someone who doesn't watch wrestling is on a wrestling show. So
I just want to ask a quick question a minute. Hold on, actually, I'm going to try and zoom in if I can see it. What's that sign behind you? Oh, I've actually just seen it. Yeah, I've just seen the sign behind Leo there. So
Bobby sucks eggs or ass. I don't even know.
But Bobby sucks eggs. And what's that? Okay, I can't read the bit underneath.
I'm like trying to read it, and I'm like, I can't read what the bottom says.
It doesn't like wrestling.
Oh, it doesn't like wrestling. Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't like wrestling.
No, wait, what's under
that?
that?
And then subscribe it, yeah. Subscribe.
What did I just say? Subscribe.
Okay, that's why I'm like, I'm like.
I just noticed that.
I did it as like because Eddie Kingston came out and all out with the Claudio Sucks Entity show on.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I kind of did it like that.
No, that's pretty funny actually.
Right,
so
I'm the only one who watches AEW around here.
But no, that makes sense.
Zero's got a better chance of going back to watch it than me.
Fair enough. So we go. So Rest of Timmer said, Bobby sucks. Those thumbs in your eyes, because obviously you do not watch wrestling, because Javon definitely should be the NXT champ. I mean, we've all worked out by now, Wrestle Faith, that Bobby doesn't watch wrestling. He comes up with an excuse every week. Like, apparently yesterday, like, he couldn't get it. And Monday he couldn't get it. And,
Speed, maybe Tuesday AEW, but NXT.
So, He comes up with a different excuse every week. Like, I'm fully expecting him not to watch SmackDown this week because of some reason,
I'm going to the movies Friday, so
there it is. It's already started. There it is.
Guess what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a wrestling person act in a movie.
Okay, you're gonna go
watch the Smashing Machine.
Yep,
Smashing Machine. Yeah, fair enough.
The final boss himself.
That's still not wrestling.
Final prick himself.
It's fine.
Hey. By the end of this, I think he's going to be in the Oscar category, which I never thought I'd say for Dwayne Johnson.
I don't care. He's still an asshole.
Well, you also hate Rey Mysterio, and also think Javon Evans should be NXT champion. So just no.
Well, that's right then. So let's move on then to next Tuesday's show. Leo, you've got this card up, haven't you? Or you can remember the matches. What we got?
So in the women's Survivor Series style tag team match, we have Team TNA, which is Kalani Jordan, The Inspiration, which is Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, and Mara Shade. And they will take on Team NXT, which is JC Jane, Lola Vice, Sol Rucker, and Jada Parker.
Well, we say Mira, as Kalani said yesterday by mistake, she accidentally said her old name, and that.
I mean, the big part of that is that Kalani ruined tomorrow's Impact.
Yeah, she has as well. Yeah, basically, because
she called the Inspiration the new Knockouts Tag Champions, and
if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. That's the Impact thing.
Yeah, but people do watch TNA, Bobby.
But do they?
Yeah, they
Yes.
do, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
to be
can't
fair,
even
they
watch
do.
any wrestling, so
I don't have access to TNA. I will be brutally honest with you.
I know I'm not
Well,
saying
you
TNA.
know.
I mean wrestling in general.
I was watching last night. Well,
I don't believe
For a
that's
watch
a lie.
along.
of
You,
someone.
you were listening to a watch along whilst they were watching wrestling. So technically, you were
No.
not watching wrestling. You were just watching somebody talking.
I
Technically,
was
so, you know,
listening.
so that,
I was
that still doesn't
listening
count,
to
you know.
somebody watching wrestling.
Okay, yes. So there we go.
This
Yes,
is some
technically,
like
you still
high
listen.
level
Yeah, okay.
Inception
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So there we go. WrestleFace to said Bobby can't watch great wrestling because he's allergic to it. Yeah, probably. No, yeah, you know, yeah.
My
that's-
allergies have been kicking off recently.
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's
And
what it is.
Mentally
Yeah.
allergic to it.
It's cold
But,
out
yeah.
now, and
Let's yeah. Well, let's so actually then, yeah. So who have we got then? So Team TNA or Team NXT?
Well, I've got
I
Team
can see
NXT.
what-
yeah,
NXT,
I'm
yeah.
trying to. I don't think
trying to think
NXT
here
can
now,
win both. Maybe
No,
they can.
I'm trying to think now who's on. Yeah, I might have. I might actually have Team TNA for this one. I think.
I'm going
Yeah,
NXT.
Team TNA for this one. You know, just to mix it up.
I'm going.
Yeah. I'm gonna mix that one
Fair
up
enough.
just to yeah, just do that one. Yeah. What we got next?
Following that, we have the Hardy Boys versus Dark State in a title unification match.
Yeah. I mean, we were actually discussing this off air, so this is quite an interesting one. Because I also brought this one up as well. That if the Hardys win, for example, the NXT Championship, then the tables match at Bound for Glory, which is obviously next Saturday. Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Next one.
Yeah, next Sunday.
October
Will
12th,
then be for both. Yeah, will then be for both the TNA and the
Well,
NXT Championships between the Dudleys.
You
and the
assume
Hardys.
they'll put both on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it'd be. Yeah, because at the minute it's currently for the TNA Championship. So yeah, so obviously, so if the Hardys do win, then it'd be that one there. But I mean, you brought up a good point beforehand, so it's made me sort of rethink this one now. So
Yeah, there's 4 members of Dark State, and there'll be 4 championships to defend.
yeah, so
Just give
so
Dark State the titles, and then you've got
yeah,
two holding each pair of tag team titles.
yeah, that's what I'm
Ooh,
thinking
that's
actually now. Yeah, so I'm going to go Dark State for that one now. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
like
we know, yeah.
I'm torn because like on one hand the Hardys will put the younger guys over.
Yeah.
But on the
Yes.
other hand, it's like take the titles with them into the Dudley Boys match. That makes a lot of sense too.
A match that doesn't need championships because
Yeah.
it's big enough by itself.
Well, yeah, but they're also 60 years old and doing a TLC match. That shouldn't be happening.
It's just a tables match.
It's a tables match.
So they're still 60.
I'm just trying to fill you in. You won't know what they're doing because you don't watch. I'm just trying to fill you in. I'm not being an asshole.
TNA. Nobody.
I watched that. I watched Victory Road.
You do make a good point. Two of them could hold the TNA tag titles, and obviously 2 of them are already holding the NXT titles, and makes it easier.
Yeah,
I'll give it to Dark State.
Yeah,
fair
enough.
Hmm.
Yeah, when I beforehand, before this show, was so adamant that the Hardys were going to win it, but then as soon as Leo came out and said, "Well, yeah, you know, of course, there's 4 of them, they could do that one," I was like, actually, yes, you do bring up a good point there. So, yeah, that is actually a pretty good point. For that one. So yeah, what we got next then anyway?
Following that, we have Ethan Page versus Mustafa Ali for the North American Championship.
Bobby, you can go first.
I ain't making the same mistake twice. Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, probably Ethan. Yeah. I don't think Mustafa's going to win that one. So for that one, no, I do have to say.
And then finally, we have the men's Survivor Series matches, which we have Team TNA, which is Mike Santana, Leon Slater, Frankie Kazarian, and Moose, taking on Team NXT, which is Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne.
I do like how I just want to say before we obviously do predictions for this one is I do like how they address the whole Jordan and Joe Hendry
they should be
thing
nowhere.
of which side
They
are they
should
on
be
and
nowhere
stuff, you know.
near this event.
Yeah, because like where do their loyalties stand and stuff like that. I did like how they addressed that, to be fair. That was pretty cool. And then obviously then the whole sort of like the Santino Morello doesn't trust like Trick Williams to lead the team for Team TNA, even though he's the champion and stuff, because of course, because he's like, because of the whole NXT connection and stuff. So, and Issa Hill, yeah. So it is kind of like that was pretty good how they done that one. So and then obviously introducing Mike Santana as the team captain, that made total sense for it, really. I'm gonna go Team NXT for this one because I've given Team TNA to the women's one, so yeah, I'm gonna go Team NXT for this one.
The exact opposite. I think I have all NXT wins up to date.
Yeah,
the women. I picked Dark State. I picked Ethan Page. So yeah, I gotta go Team TNA for this one.
So and I'm also going. Oh, sorry.
It's also easy to do. You could have Trick and Saints, self-implode, and that leads to the loss.
Yeah, so to follow up on that point, you have those two implode, Trick costs Saints, and then Santana pins Trick before Bound for Glory.
Yeah. But then would they want him pinning him that close, obviously, if they're gonna do...
Yeah, because it puts the title in jeopardy. It gives people doubts in Trick, and they can play on that for the week or so they've got a storyline for their feud. But I do think Mike Santana's taking the title from Trick, Bound for Glory. But I just feel like if it looks better on Mike Santana if he gets a pin over Trick in a match that doesn't involve any championships or anything like that.
Yeah.
Plus, if assuming this will be the main event, it also gives TNA, even though they've lost overall, which I know it's not points will be counted, but it means that TNA have won the event because they went on last, which then could continue the feud going into a PLE in November.
Yeah, I mean, because what we've got to think of as well is obviously we've been discussing this as well is depending on obviously what happens at Showdown on Tuesday, they can easily continue it over at Bound for Glory and stuff. And then obviously they've got TV tapings after Bound for Glory, which they're doing as well, which they can easily continue it on as well, can't they, really? So, live shows.
I think it's just, I think it can't be a coincidence that neither NXT or TNA have announced a pay-per-view for November yet.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they just do one together.
Well, WWE's going
and also, how are we going to counter program Full Gear?
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we haven't got. Yeah, there's nothing to counter program that yet. Yeah, so we need to sort of do that one.
Yeah. It's a Saturday too, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yes, so that's cool. So I've just seen Russ Face to say it may just be me, but I think Joe Hendry is the Trojan horse. I mean, yeah, he possibly could be. Where does his loyalties lie? Is he TNA? Is he NXT? That's the thing, isn't it? So,
Bro's about to be WWE in 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
that's where his loyalty lies. Whoever pays him more.
But probably good. That's probably NXT at the moment. But it sort of depends though, because obviously after those contracts were revealed by Jordan
Knight. The talent?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yes.
That's from
they do pay
the kid from We Are the Millers.
It's not ECW.
Allegedly, Heyman did that. Allegedly.
There's no allegedly about it.
It was a hot dog and a handshake, wasn't it? That's what they got there at that time.
I'm pretty sure there's a full documentary on it.
You guys are getting fed?
Yeah, hot dog and a handshake it was. Oh, and a bottle of water. You got a bottle of water as well with it. That was it. So
you guys are getting fed handshake?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and you get a Heyman handshake as well. So that's pretty cool as well. That's what you used to get at the time.
A loose Heyman handshake.
Loose Heyman handshake. Yeah, that's that one there. So that's next week's one then. So that obviously will be going on at the exact same time as AEW Title Tuesday, which is obviously I do believe that everyone's going to be watching NXT over AEW.
I'm not.
That's
I'm watching AEW.
Well, you're watching both anyway, aren't you? So you generally do.
No,
so.
I'm watching AEW. I'm watching AEW live.
I love how he said I'm watching AEW and Zero was like, no, you're watching both.
You're watching both.
No, I'm watching AEW.
You don't control me.
We both know that Bobby's not going to be watching any of it, so I'm not even going to bother asking.
I'm going to be watching a rerun of TNA.
So but I mean, if you want,
I think I have. Wait, unless Gavin pays the YouTube TV.
Oh yeah, you're only going to have access to AEW.
I would only have access to AEW. Yeah. I have access to one of them at the very least. At the very least.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll stream in NXT for you next week. Then that'll be fine. I don't mind.
I'll report it for fraudulent.
I'll stream it in for you. There we go. I'll do that.
I've reported my friends before. Okay.
Fair
Nothing
enough,
happened.
yeah.
But
no,
That's why my channel went down.
yeah, well, yeah, that's what
I think did I say that in the chat? I was like, oh,
Yeah, you
finally
did,
got
yeah.
my
Yeah, you
report.
did,
Yeah.
yeah. I did, yeah. But no, yes, that's that. Yeah, and then of course, then next weekend, then we'll just quickly discuss it because we're only on 40 minutes or whatever. So next weekend, then, so we obviously not this one, but the weekend after, we've got then Crown Jewel and then Bound for Glory as well. Crown Jewel obviously will be starting at, I think it says 8 p.m. I thought it said 8 p.m. ET, whatever it is. So 8 a.m. Sorry, ET.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, that'll be, and then so that's 1 p.m. for me and Leo and anyone else in the UK. That one is. That'll be starting at. So nice early pay per view for us.
It's actually really inconvenient.
Is it? Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Well, 1 p.m. start time. That's convenient.
Not for someone who works nights.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
It's the bloody WWE's fault.
You. You know, when you make these choices, Leo, you can't blame everyone else for it. Okay?
Really? It's rich coming. That's rich coming from you,
Leo. The thumb is halfway.
I mean, the funny thing about this is Bobby's trying to give you a lecture for it, and you know, this is the thing is, Bobby's trying to give you a lecture on this, Leo, and Bobby doesn't even watch wrestling when it's on at 8 p.m. in the evenings. You know, so
I'll be on vacation.
You know.
I'll be on a trip.
You can still watch it.
So
still watch it.
I'm not getting up at 7 a.m. on my trip to watch.
You can still watch it. WrestleFaith in the chat is just said it's 4 a.m. for her. So if WrestleFaith's getting up for 4 a.m. to watch it, then you know.
Wait,
and that's
4 a.m. Where is she at?
West Coast, I think.
Wouldn't it be 5 a.m.?
Don't know.
Yeah, if it starts at 8 Eastern, it's 5 Pacific.
Not if you watch the pre-show.
Yeah, no, if you're watching the pre-show.
Oh, yeah. I gotta be honest. I think less people watch that than TNA. I gotta be honest.
You know, but it's fine there. But you know, I mean, you don't even watch it at 8 p.m. in the evening, Bobby. So I wasn't expecting you to get up at 8 a.m. in the morning to watch it. So you know.
I got up once for the Australia show. I think it was 2018.
Oh, no, the Super Showdown one.
Yeah, this was, I think, Taker Sean. I'm sorry, not
Taker Triple H.
Taker Triple H, which led to.
Yeah.
I remember I got up.
The match that happened the month after, which no one talks about.
Yeah. And then I was then my mind blanked until December 1st. I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm like, I got up at 4 a.m. for it. I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
I don't know. So WrestleFaith just said their podcast is actually streaming the event. That's why. So they're doing an hour before the event, then obviously. So yeah. So obviously they're streaming it there. So that's why they're getting up 4 a.m. to do that one. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So at the minute, we'll just quickly run through it anyway. That card. So at the moment we have 4 matches announced. So we have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship rings.
Yay! So exciting.
Because Saudi obviously won't give them the belts over, so it'll be for the rings this time. Personally, I can see Seth winning that one, but we'll get into predictions next week for that one. We've then got
Seth to win that one.
Yeah. We've then got Stephanie versus. Fair enough. Well, we've got Stephanie Vickert versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. We then have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Oscar and Kairi Sane in a tag team match. And then we then have
I wonder who's going to win that one.
Yeah, in Australia. Yeah,
I put every dollar that Zero has on Oscar to win. But I put every dollar I have that Rhea Ripley wins.
Fair enough. Yeah, and then we have the match that everyone was asking for, which is John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Everyone asked for, and WWE gave because of the fans.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, except from they've been planning for quite a while, so that was that one there.
WWE listens to the fans, Leo. There's a reason they're going to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. Okay?
I mean, this is the what match do we think is going to headline? Do we think it's going to be Cody and Seth, or do we think it's going to be Cena Styles?
Cody, Seth.
The 2 world champions. Of course, they're going to go on last.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing.
I know
obviously, it's a John Cena match
in Australia, but it's Cena's last
John Cena match started that piece of crap show WrestlePalooza. He had no chance of main eventing this an actual proper good one. Well, on paper.
Unless something like crazy happens to end the show, Cena's not main eventing.
Yeah, no way.
Like
I
somebody
mean,
would have to come back, attack him, and then, you know.
Well, unless
We're
they obviously
talking like
setting
Chris
up his
Benoit,
thing, isn't it?
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah,
You know,
those
first
kind of
name.
people.
Wouldn't hate that.
you know. I mean, that's the thing. Is like, who's going to be Cena's final opponent as well? That's the thing. Are they going to announce it there? They could potentially do that for who his final opponent's going to be. Because no, it won't be that anyway. No,
Survivor Series.
it'll be set in War Games, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
so
he's got to be
they'll
in War
set in Survivor
Games.
Series, wouldn't they? Yeah,
I mean, he won't do anything crazy, but he's got to
Right.
be in War Games. He'll be the last man in.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, the last one in there because it's the first time he would have been there for War Games, wouldn't it? I think.
Yep. No, Cena's never been in War Games. No.
Nowhere near a War Games match.
Yeah, I don't even think he's been on a Survivor Series card with the War Games match.
Games on it, yeah.
No, so I mean, so that sort of makes sense. And then also next weekend then is TNA Bound for Glory. I know Bobby probably won't know half of these people because, like I said, he doesn't honestly do that one. But at the minute, there is currently 7 matches announced for that one, so we'll quickly just go through that one. Obviously, we will do predictions next week. But we'll quickly go through that. So we have Leon Slater versus Javon Evans, the TNA X Division Championship. We then have
a banger match.
Actually, it looks like it's already on Wikipedia as well for it because it's really weird because they've put it down as the Inspiration versus the Elegance brand for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. So it seems like that they've
well, they pre-tape the shows, don't they? So whoever was there has edited the Wikipedia page.
Yes, that's on there.
Kalani Jordan was like, you know what, Wikipedia, I got you.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so that's that one on there. We've then got the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which is the 20-person intergender Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which is the winner receives a trophy and a contract they can invoke anytime within 1 year for a championship match of their choosing.
Huh, that sounds familiar.
That one sort of like works there.
It sounds like the Casino Gauntlet contract.
Not exactly where I was going, but sure.
Not exactly.
But TNA's been doing that for years, haven't they? I think TNA been doing
it's been a few years since they've been doing that.
So
Bully Ray won it 1 year. That was great.
The young talent of Bully Ray.
Well, yeah, but he would have done it.
Frankie Kazarian won it last year.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, so Jericho this year.
Probably, yeah.
Something like that.
So we then have a 10-person intergender hardcore war with the system that's Moose, Alicia Edwards, Brian Myers, and Eddie Edwards versus
Eddie
Edwards. Eddie Edwards and JDC versus Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steeles, Special Agent Zero, Jason Hotch, and John Schuyler.
I know some of those names.
So yeah,
no,
I probably butchered some of them. We then have a TNA Knockouts World Championship match between Kalani Jordan and Indy Hartwell. We then have the TNA, at the minute, it says tables match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships between the Hardys and it says Dark State or... Oh, hang on, no, this is weird. It's got the Hardys or Dark State versus Team 3D. So that's... I don't know why they put that one down on there. It's the Hardys versus Team 3D. They've already announced that one.
Could you imagine they pulled that switch? They put Dark State.
That would be hilarious to do that.
That would be and it's what, like 5 days before the show? So it's like people already bought tickets if they're going.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's a mistake on there. But but on the site it says the Hardys or Dark State versus Team 3D. No, it's definitely the Hardys.
They've clearly had their wires crossed there.
Yeah, they have.
No matter what's going
on. Would be hilarious.
Yeah, and then the main event then would be, I guess, then Trick versus Mike Santana for the TNA World Championship. That's the last one there. Seems like that's a pretty good card. I'll be watching that one. I think we
will you?
Yeah.
Will you?
Well,
you didn't watch Victory Road.
Well, I think we actually have planned a watch along. Well, we originally
barely watched NXT last
week. I mean, we spoke about it like a month ago. So,
I'm at work, so I definitely can't.
Well, we ain't doing a watch along then. So so that's the watch along cancelled then.
You must have spoke so variant, Leo.
No, we did speak about it a month ago, but then we did say it could change. So that's that one there. So we'll quickly go through some of the comments. So we have Rustface saying it'd be nice to see Cena versus Oba for the last match. that could be a pretty big one. Yeah,
That's way too soon for Oba.
Yeah.
I'm still on the Drew McIntyre train.
I'm very much on the Drew McIntyre train with that one.
Probably, yeah.
Or like a
yeah.
Braun Breaker, either or.
Yeah. And then we I have Stephanie, Rhea, and Io, AJ Styles, and Seth for Crown Jewel winners. I think there's one more match to be added there. Yeah, they're definitely going to add in one more match. I don't think it's going to be a 4-match card. Looking at it, they're probably going to add in possibly another 1 or 2.
Then they got to show the endings to last pay-per-view matches to kill more time. That was so stupid.
I mean, I don't know whichever matches they might add in, unless they do possibly a mid-card title, one of the mid-card ones.
Dom.
Wait.
Oh, there, Sami Zayn's United States Open Challenge.
Grayson Waller effect?
With who?
That in.
No, he's dead. Grayson Waller's dead. It was announced on Raw. He doesn't have a neck anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, he is Australian, so like that's the.
You would.
He's going to probably be able to show somehow
a Vision match on for Bronson Reed.
I was thinking him too.
Yeah.
Those
might have him go for the World Tag Titles, which would make a lot of sense.
Ooh,
but then, do they want to try and get Roman on the card, and they do like a SummerSlam rematch or something?
Roman, Jay, and Jimmy versus. Oh wait, no, you can't do that.
The Vision and.
This is what I was going to say.
This
is what I was actually going to say. Well, this is what I was going to say was the. From my understanding, they might be doing Roman Braun. From it
again,
by the sounds of it sounds like they could be doing Roman Braun by the sounds of it at the event
at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that's by what that sounded like. Is that they're going to end up? That's what it's looking like at the moment. It's going to be Roman Braun.
So they're going to put. I was going to say they're going to put Roman Braun on the show and not give Bronson a match in his home country.
They're going to put Roman and Braun on a show where the United States viewers have to get up, some of them at 5 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah,
that's a WrestleMania. No. That's a WrestleMania match or a SummerSlam match at the very least.
I mean,
I'm in agreement with Bobby here. That would be a mistake.
Well, whatever it's going to be set up on Monday. Whatever Roman's match is going to be set up on Monday for that one. But it's. At the minute, it's looking like a one-on-one match. That's what I keep hearing.
6-man tag, tell them to find a partner, or just do Roman and Jay versus Braun.
You do the SummerSlam rematch.
Yeah. Roman and Jay versus Braun and Bronson.
But at the same time, you're telling me that Heyman can't go and see someone and find a partner for those two.
That too. I'm just thinking like absolute.
No, I completely agree. Yeah.
Jimmy Uso's probably not allowed in Australia because of all his DUIs. So.
The only other way which they could do it is they could have Roman, Jay, and Jimmy versus. It'll be weird, but then they can then do Bronson, and LA Knight or something. You know, they can whack LA Knight in there somehow just to keep him in there.
But LA Knight is gunning for Seth Rollins. Why would it be LA Knight?
But then he's also gunning for Jey Uso, isn't he? So I mean, that's the only other way we can really do it.
Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. You know,
I'd rather you just like I said, I'd rather you just get some random bad guy for the day and then just you
just pay someone.
That's what I was just about to say. It's simple. You just be like, hey, I paid this guy to be a partner with us. Boom.
Yeah. But no, you
don't it's a one-day thing. You don't have to advance it. Boom. Give me a random bad guy on WWE TV right now.
Yeah. Anyone really?
Anyone. There's a few. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Anyone. It's fine.
I agree.
Yeah,
but they gotta have Braun in their name though. That's the only issue.
But there we go. Well,
Braun Lesnar.
Yeah.
Braun Lesnar.
Yeah. There we go. So that could be the WrestleFaith just brought up a good point. So she just said, didn't Bronson miss out on the last time they were in Perth? Yeah, but I think he could.
Yes, Bronson is in a lot bigger position than he was.
His wife was in labor, I believe.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. Also as well, WrestleFaith to me said, I think they should do as WrestleFaith also to me said, I think they should do the Survivor Series rematch. The SummerSlam rematch, but with Jimmy instead of Jay, or have LA Knight turn and join the Vision. She said, remember when Randy joined the Wyatts and destroyed them from the inside? I can see LA Knight doing an angle like that, just like Daniel Bryan did with the Wyatts also. I mean, they could do that. They could do it that way to destroy them from the inside.
I mean, but they were spooky gimmicks, so they can kind of get away with doing that with the whole Randy and Bryan thing. I don't think it quite work with LA. Plus, LA's a natural leader, so him and Seth in the same group, I don't think it'll work out that well.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Plus,
that's what
Survivor Series and War Games kind of works itself out anyway.
Bobby already gave his thumbs down.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So don't know. So Bobby's giving a thumbs up. But yeah, no, that's the that's the show this week then. So that's us done. Anything else that we can think of? I think that's about it, really. I can't think of any other news or anything. Anything else that's sort of coming up?
No.
Invasion. That's the word of the day, gentlemen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go through this again. We haven't got a spare half hour for Bobby to keep ranting about invasion and stuff like that. So so we're not going to do that
dumb.
I can see a lot of people are asking about the about Bloodline news. That'll be on tomorrow's Putting the Blood in Line, so I can see that one.
Wonder why you saved it for that.
So because it's Putting the Blood in Line, so it obviously makes sense.
Because he prefers that show.
I was being sarcastic,
but you know, one of the hang on, we've got a comment here from DS. LA Knight is buried and he is just collecting a check as he should. Him and McIntyre should just take all the money and get the hell away from the company as fast as they can. That's a comment there. That's something there.
I can see where you're coming from, but no.
You're not totally wrong.
We also have a comment on the TikTok from somebody called Vicky Stan just saying hi. So hi, Vicky Stan.
I know Vicky.
Do you know Vicky? Fair enough. Yes. So there we go. Yeah. Russ Faith Tavanna said, "Great show as usual. Thank you for all the work you and Leo put in. Oh, and Bobby too." So so there's that one there. So yeah, that's something there. So you're starting to get a bit of a reputation here, Bobby. So yeah, maybe maybe we need an intervention, like wrestling intervention thing. Really. So maybe we need that really, but that's something there. Yeah, I said you are getting a bit of a reputation here, so for things, so we do need to get that one sorted out. But yeah, so thank you for tuning on in. I will say as well, next week, I actually had it confirmed, Leo, today, so I will send that over to you later on. Next week, keep an eye out on the channel on YouTube because I will be posting a video of an interview that me and Leo are doing. Next week it's going to be pre-record, so I don't know when I'll be releasing it, but it will be down there, and it is a special how can I put it, sort of hometown interview. We're interviewing somebody in their hometown. Yeah, so that's going to be quite interesting there, so keep an eye on the channel for that one. That'll be posted at some time. Yeah, it'll either be Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday possibly. I don't know when it'll be out yet, but that'll be that one there.
Or Friday or Saturday.
Possibly, yeah.
Saturday,
yeah.
Next Monday.
It'd be one of the days. It'd be one of the days whenever I can get it up on there. So
that 8th day of the week sometimes that we get.
Yeah, yeah.
In October, hopefully.
Maybe November at push,
Considering today is October 1st, I hope so.
Christmas at the latest.
That'd be the Christmas special. That'll be. We're not doing a Christmas special this year. That'd be the Christmas special.
You might as well just make it a New Year's show.
Yeah.
Okay, New Year. That's that down. New Year.
Yeah, that's the New Year special. That is. But no,
Easter. I feel like would be a great choice for this.
yeah, that'll work.
By WrestleMania 2027 for sure.
Yeah, for WrestleMania 43 special that would be. But no, yeah, no, that'll be up at some point next week. So keep an eye out on that one. We are interviewing a TNA superstar. Let's just say.
You don't want me on there? I love TNA.
You don't like TNA. Plus, as well, you'll be working.
Done nothing but
so
bash TNA. This whole time.
I couldn't even keep a straight face with saying.
Yeah. You was that one there, so that's something there. But yes, we've got that one next week.
You.
So yeah, so there we go. So no, so thank you for tuning on in. Have you guys got anything coming up? Any videos, anything like that to bring up or anything? Really?
Yeah, actually, I did the Wicked review trailer last week. That's up.
That was good. That's a good video to be fair.
Thank you. That was a wild ride that I was on, and I felt like I was on like drugs or something. I wasn't, but I felt like it. And tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Unfortunately, I had a friend in the YouTube community who passed away on Sunday. I received word it was officially Sunday yesterday, and I'm doing a little tribute video to him. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, that drops. So if you could go and just go watch, you know. Yeah, not to kill the mood, but you know.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, you got anything, Leo? Obviously, you do content every day, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, I've got a video coming up on talking about the counter programming stuff, which I'm sure won't provoke anybody.
No point.
I'm also doing a top 20 list of my favorite tag team matches of all time, and then coverage of Crown Jewel and Bound for Glory.
But yeah, that one about the counter programming, I'll come in and join the. I'll do some comments on that one. I think so. You know, you have some very angry comments from a certain zero.
Oh, it's all pre-recorded, so just be comments.
Wait,
that's fine.
How are you going to be angry about the counter programming?
You know,
you're on the side.
You're for the
Counter program, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're on the for.
No, I mean no. If no, I mean like if you're like against it, you know, I'll be like just angry.
Yeah,
I'm very against it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Stupid.
on there, but yeah, it'll be something like that. But we'll see what we can do. I can see. Did you have your signs up then?
Yes, I was just waiting for Leo to. I didn't want to jump the gun on him, so.
So as per normal then, yes, as per normal then, as per Bobby's signs, hit our like button and subscribe. By now, everyone knows our ads. If not, then just find us. We're online, basically. You know, places. My ones are all exactly the same. It's at DKO0. We've then obviously got the DKO group ones, which is it's normally group DKO or DKO group on different platforms. You just need to try and find us. Yeah, and then Bobby's ones are Bobby's breakdowns on YouTube, and then Bobby's breakdown on Twitter, if I remember rightly. That's that one there. Yep. And Leo, what's your one now? Because you change your one, and I can't remember. Yeah.
There goes my phone. I'm just gonna hold it.
I'm Mr. Retrospect guy on Twitter and the Wrestling Retrospective everywhere else.
Does it? Yeah. So yeah. Obviously, originally he did have loads of underscores, and we were calling him Mr. Underscore Man instead.
It was like 4 months ago.
Zero just calmly throwing shade at Leo. I love it.
Yeah, that's fine. You know,
and then he expects me to show up for interviews and stuff.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know, you don't know.
I'm subbing in Bobby.
You don't know TNA at all, so you know. So
I'll call in sick.
You're calling sick. Fair enough. Well,
you can hear my voice already, so I mean.
You know, you normally do anyway for normal wrestling, so I was expected, you know, so. You know,
I'll be watching tonight.
Will
I? Yeah, I will.
It's 2.5 hours tonight, remember?
Is it?
Yes.
That's put him off. That's put him off already. Yeah, he's out. There we go. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So no, yeah, thank you for tuning in once again this week, and we will see you next week. I'm going to do the normal classic exit video that we have here. I've just seen Dr. Chris Featherbum, La Catalina. I don't know who that is. Any of you, do you know who La Catalina is? Leo,
yeah, I remember her. Wait, is that the same chick I'm thinking of? She wrestled on WWE a time or two?
Might be. Yeah, by the sounds of it, then she could be coming back to WWE then. I don't know, possibly.
Is it the same chick I'm thinking of?
I don't know, possibly. Yeah, well, anyway, thank you for tuning in again this week, and we will see you next week. I will leave you with our little outro video. Here we go.